This is it.
This is real, mate.
Final step.
Immigration's here. They seem very polite.
This page in the second.
Wow, hey?
What a moment.
Wow. Oh, that was really nice. What a perfect way to end all this here.
It really was. I'm so glad it worked out with this huge crew.
I know.
Well, we just completed our check out of the country. So the immigration portion was today, and they came to the boat just to check our passports and stuff. They didn't really inspect the boat at all. Just made sure all our paperwork was in order, and we paid up at the marina. And then we had a huge group of friends that we've spent the last weekend here with at Paradise Village, this amazing resort marina. And we just said goodbye to them all. It's pretty surreal. Oh my gosh. Hard to say goodbye to Mexico, and hard to imagine what our next month is gonna be like. We're gonna head out to one of our favorite anchorages right at the edge of Banderas Bay, Punta de Mita. And we're not going to land or anything, but we're just gonna throw down the hook so that we can leave at first light tomorrow morning.
He jumped out and he was just massive.
Wow, he's huge! Hi! That's a good sign, guys. That means we're gonna have a great passage.
Today's the day, but we are leaving Mexico today. We are going to French Polynesia. We're starting our Pacific crossing. Anyway, this is how close we are to leaving. Ready? It's time to go.
Good morning, Bentley. Ready?
No.
You look cold, honey. Why don't you go get a sweater? We're all feeling a little bit of nerves today. I am just trying to channel that nervous energy into excited energy. Here we go. Not only are we leaving today, but we have been working towards the goal of meeting up with my mom and dad on M2 for over a year now. Plans have changed many times due to weather, boat breakdowns, and all the things that come with this lifestyle. But we are so thrilled to announce that they are also crossing to French Polynesia, but from Panama, and our paths are slowly intercepting for what is sure to be a grand reunion. We have two very last minute and exciting projects that we threw together. One was this rain/sunshade that unrolls and attaches to this to close in this section. We can only use it when we're downwind because our main sheet comes right into our cockpit or at anchor, but still very exciting. And then the other very exciting last minute project, we finally did our lazy jacks. If you've been following us for a while, you know that's been something we've been talking about for a year and a half, and it took like no time to put together, so I don't know why we delayed so much, but it's beautiful and it works great. We've tested it, and the main just drops all in one spot. So if you're on the fence about lazy jacks, do it.
Coming out of the bay and the autopilot just stopped working. Do you want to go down and just double check that it's on?
Okay, that's hilarious. It was off, but we swear we were using it 10 minutes ago.
Yes, we were just pretending it was on, but we weren't actually on.
Like maybe we're just a bit frazzled this morning. That was pretty funny. Is it working now? Yay. You have to turn on the autopilot, people. I think we're a little overwhelmed. It's kind of funny. We finally turned off the motor. Took us a minute to just get organized. It's a very strange feeling. In a lot of ways it just feels like another passage and no big deal. But then you look at the course that we've plotted, and right now, because we're only going about 4 knots, says we'll be there in 31 days. So I hope that's incorrect. Getting out and into the trades is the hardest part of this passage. It's really light. It's not like what it was forecast.
We're doing a knot in rolly seas.
I thought we would just be flying today. The captain's a little bit frustrated.
Me too.
You too? I don't know, this is just kind of sailing sometimes. The forecast isn't right.
But we can't motor.
Yeah, no, we can't. It just really sucks because it's our first day and we were so amped to go. Yeah, it sure changed. Earlier in the week, we almost wondered if we needed to delay a bit because the wind looked really heavy. I threw my apple core in the water and it's just drifting along with us. We are just ripping along at 1 knot, which is probably current, and hence why the apple core is keeping up to us.
Yes!
Did you order up a little bit of wind?
I did. I sent a note off and they got back to me pretty quick, didn't they?
Yeah, that was faster than we thought, maybe.
So we dropped the reef out of the main and it's up. We put the Yankee up and off we go.
Yeehaw.
The first day. Was it what you expected?
It was lighter than I expected, I think. I'm feeling just bad. It's like so tired. I don't know if it was just from a busy weekend at Paradise or I have a bit of a cold. I'm feeling very tired.
I think there's so many things combined. I've had the wind and waves fall to the beam the whole day, and that motion of up and down, I don't like that. The side to side's fine.
Like hobby horsing.
Yeah. It's still just fall to the beam now, but it's calmed down a lot. We're still traveling along okay now, but we started off really slow.
We've only done 41 miles today of 3,000.
But we're closer than if we didn't go.
Welcome to day 2, boys. Wow, it's a bit rolly. Where are you? There you are. We just hit our 24-hour mark and we're about to hit our 100 nautical mile mark, which is very exciting. We had a slow start. And Bentley, why are we excited for 100 nautical miles?
Candy.
Candy! We're using our Christmas advent calendar and we're doing a Pacific Crossing advent calendar. Every 100 nautical miles, we all get a treat out of the pouches. So we're very close. What are we at? 98.7. We're very, very close.
100!
Give me that candy.
The first one's a big one.
Without getting whacked.
Yeah, it's a bit daunting getting in there, isn't it?
That bubble.
Today is a bit of a frustrating day. It's 12:30. We've done about 6 nautical miles since we last talked. There's basically no wind and the sails are just flogging around in the little bit of swell that there is. This was not what was forecast for today. It was supposed to be building today and then tomorrow will be quite strong. I don't know what tomorrow will bring because they're saying there's going to be 20 knots of wind, but I'm kind of doubting it because today was supposed to be 15. I think we found the shipping lanes because we've got 4 tankers around us and more off in the distance. We've been in touch with the one that is closest to us right now and he was very kind and is going to adjust course to avoid us. Thank you very much, Captain. And yeah, it's always good when they actually answer the radio because last night I had one and I felt like we were really close to them and they didn't answer the radio. It's always nice when you can just reach out to them and be like, do you see us on AIS? Yes? Okay, sweet, done. That's all I want to know, that someone's at the helm or in their bridge deck actually looking and seeing our tiny little boat. Aww!
We were just talking about super pods yesterday.
Cute! Wow, you guys, there's dolphins everywhere! Woo!
He's coming.
Well, we got wind today, folks. We are averaging around 7 knots. As most of you know, we don't have a wind anemometer on board, just a handheld one. I don't know exactly how much wind there is today, but I'm thinking it's around 20-25 knots maybe. We're on a beam reach. We've got 2 reefs in the main, our jib and our staysail up, and we're cruising. Some pretty big waves, which will of course be hard to capture on camera. Boat's doing great. This is what she was built for. This is what she just thrives in, and you can feel it. Like the difference between light wind and choppy seas and this, I would take this any day. What'd you get for 200 miles, boys?
Hershey cookies and cream.
Woo! Was it good, Bentley?
Yeah, it was yummy.
Before we left, we saw this as a day that could get very sporty. There was forecasts for sustained winds in the low to mid 20s with gusts up to 30. The kayak's up on the bow. Stupid move by us. We're going to get that off there because as the bow's plowing into the waves, they're coming up and kicking that kayak and filling it with water.
I think the boat's handling this great.
Gosh, I wish cameras picked up the ocean. Like, that was a breaking wave just right there.
And there was a gale up the coast last night, and a lot of the swell has now come down and interacted with the wind waves that we're getting here.
Day 3, still.
Yeah, buddy.
Starlink's working, which is super weird. Didn't imagine that, ever.
Checking the weather, like 300 miles offshore.
Eating some Cheetos. Today kind of just feels like a survival day. It's hard to cook when it's this rolly. We've been laying pretty low. Who's driving the boat?
Buddy, our wind vane.
We got the wind vane set up, doing a great job out there.
Buddy.
We've got good old wind monitor driving the boat for us, and we're all kind of hiding downstairs. This is our bilge pump light. Not a great sign. Mick's just opening things up to see why the bilge pump is on.
I don't know why the bilge pump is not turning off the float switch, like it needs to fill to that level.
We think we know where the water is getting in. It's one of our port chain plates. We're also having trouble with our bilge pump. Water comes in and it lifts the little float arm up, and then the float arm gets stuck in the on position, and we have to keep climbing back down into the bilge and push the little arm down manually. So Mick's doing that every so often. We think because of all these things, we are going to pull into Isla Socorro, which is one of the Revillagigedo Islands. These islands, you typically need a permit to anchor at. There is a Navy base at the Socorro Island, so we're gonna give them a call and just see if they will give us permission to anchor for a night or two so that we can do a couple of repairs. It's day 4. Things are calming down a bit. Yesterday was fairly rowdy, and we are almost to the Revillagigedo Islands. What have you thought about the trip so far, Bentley?
Really?
Good and medium? That's pretty good.
Actually,
Yeah, you're enjoying yourself? It's gone fast, hasn't it?
it definitely doesn't feel like the longest passage we've done.
Tommy, what have you thought of the passage so far? On day
Really
4?
rough.
Pardon?
It was really rough.
We had a rough day there, didn't we, yesterday?
I wasn't sick though.
No, we weren't.
puked
None
that
of you
night.
did last night.
I think
How bad
I was fine, but then the water situation happened, and I was kind of just overwhelming. So I was like, "That's it. I don't care anymore." So I just let her rip the bilge.
Oh, that stressed you out a little bit, the water coming in. It's really exciting to see some land, even though it's only been 4 days. I can't imagine how exciting it's going to be when it's been a month. It's crazy. There is a Navy base on this island as well as we come around the south end. Isla Socorro Navy, Isla Socorro Navy, Isla Socorro Navy. This is sailing vessel Meraki, Meraki, Meraki. That's the third time we've hailed them and they're not answering.
Still nothing, eh?
What do you want to do?
I don't know, we're going right past, so they can see us right now.
Yeah, maybe they'll come and talk to us. You want to just still go ahead and anchor in that Palm Cove?
I think so. It's like right, we're not trying to hide or anything. We come right past the front of them and we're just around the corner from them.
Okay, sounds good.
Barely 7 weeks, but the world's longest tease. You said you've never felt this way before.
We are in this beautiful anchorage, but it's very, very tight. We've got our buddy boat Nirvana here, and we're losing light. As you can see, the sun's pretty low, and there's only so many sandy patches. The rest are rocks, and we really don't want to foul our anchor here, way out 300 miles from Mexico. That camera just died, but we're trying to figure out what to do.
We'll try and drop again next to him.
Okay, Nirvana, Nirvana, Nirvana. This is Meraki.
See you guys.
We are really struggling and losing light. I think where there is a big sandy patch, it's quite narrow between the like north and south wall, that we just worry about getting too close to the rocks there. I think Mick is leaning towards pushing on. We do need to stop somewhere because we have some repairs we need to do, but we might need to push on to Clarion just because we're losing light here.
Okay, is there something we can do? Should we try moving ourselves?
I think you guys are in a really good spot. Like, there really isn't much sand over your starboard side or kind of in front of you now. And I think the concern is we're losing light and it's getting a lot harder to see the bottom. Mick's just thinking with the wind shift too, maybe that will open up something. So he just decided he wants to try one more time. So stand by.
Give that a back down and see how that feels. 120, 130. So it's like 3 to 1, not ideal.
It's supposed to be really, really light winds tomorrow though.
Alright, yes, it is meant to be light winds.
Okay, keep going a little more. Alright, you're tight.
Okay.
That's better. We're not as close to these rocks.
Nailed
this
it.
time.
I've never used the sun as a reference point to anchor before. What I mean that is you want to back down on your anchor so your anchor sets in the sand, and then somebody will be up on the bow tells you when the chain or the bridle is tight. Then you need to pick points on land, both starboard and port side, and have a reference point on your boat, and just make sure while you're in reverse that those two stay lined up, and then you know you're not going to go anywhere.
We did it. Do you know we almost left to Clarion? So it would have been another 2 days at sea. But we found a spot.